After widespread outages and criticism last year, CenterPoint says it's made significant improvements. The company says it's now better equipped for what's expected to be a busy hurricane season. KPRC2 reporter Rochelle Turner takes us through the upgrades.
First, it was the Houston derecho. Then came Hurricane Beryl.
Coming out of the derecho and Beryl last year, we knew that our performance was not up to what our customers and communities expected of us.
CenterPoint wasn't prepared to handle the scale of the damage. Millions were left in the dark, battling the scorching heat with no real timeline on when their power will be back on.
What we really need to do is pray, because you guys ain't ready if another one comes this session.
State leaders also called on an investigation as people shared their frustration at meetings held by the Public Utility Commission.
It is unforgivable that this is the best Texas has to offer in resiliency.
In response, CenterPoint launched the Greater Houston Resiliency Plan last August and has already completed about a year and a half's work in under 9 months.
It was a tremendous undertaking, but we knew it was important to get it done.
CenterPoint has installed 25,000 poles like this one. We watched as crews placed it in the ground on Tuam Street and Montrose. The poles are made of fiberglass that can withstand extreme wind speeds.
We absolutely know that we're going to show up better for our customers on the kind of the infrastructure side.
They also buried 400 miles of power lines underground and added over 4,500 automation devices, also known as trip savers. Here's an example of the old models compared to the new ones.
What this device will do is if, let's say it's a squirrel or a tree branch that causes a fault on the line, it will sense that it was just temporary and it will automatically re-energize that line.
They clear more than 4,000 miles of vegetation from power lines. For the first time, CenterPoint has its own weather system. I met Matt Lanza, CenterPoint's meteorologist, who took me to one of the 100 new monitoring stations just installed across the area. There's one set up at Edlow Street and West Park Drive in West U.
So this weather station is similar to what you would put in your backyard, but on a much more industrial strength scale. So if you want to know what the temperature is, the humidity, the wind speed, the rainfall, this weather station is going to measure all that.
Talk about how this is going to help you as a meteorologist prepare when we do see something brewing in the tropics. You'll kind of already have a head start because these are kind of giving you the readings as to what's going on.
Yeah, it helps us both in real time and then hopefully in terms of forecast, because the more data you can put into a weather model, the better it's generally going to perform. So we're kind of looking forward to doing that. But then honestly, just on days when we have thunderstorms and things like that, we know, all right, where were the strongest winds? Is this coming in worse than expected, better than expected? You know, all sorts of things like that. You know, we've already used it a few times this spring to help with thunderstorm conditions and thunderstorm response. So.
Weather experts believe this season will have more tropical storms and hurricanes than a typical year. CenterPoint believes its latest upgrades will give customers more peace of mind.
We know that we had a long way to go to improve what our customers experienced last storm season, but we will not stop. We'll continue to work around the clock.
Last year, millions of customers were frustrated with the lack of clear updates during the power outages. But this time around, CenterPoint tells me that they are ready. They already have a plan in place to keep you in a loop. Within 24 hours after a storm moves out of the area, they'll release a global estimate for when power will be restored to at least 95% of customers. By 48 hours, they'll share a regional timeline based on your location. And after 72 hours, you'll start seeing those localized restoration times specific to your home using the Outage Tracker tool. For KPRC2 News, I'm Rochelle Turner.
A lot of good information, Rochelle. Thank you. And remember, KPRC2 is helping you prepare for this hurricane season. Tonight, our weather team will answer your questions. We're talking storm predictions, power outage preps, and Storm Damage 101. You can watch it this evening at 7 right here on KPRC2 and KPRC2 Plus. We are 4 days